Welcome back to the Great Melanin. The only channel on the internet that is unapologetically dedicated to black women over 50 who are still showing up, still showing out, and still turning heads. Now, I need you to stop right where you are. Because today we are talking about something that might seem small, but trust me, once I say it, you are going to think about it every single time you get dressed. Let me ask you something. How many times have you put together what felt like a beautiful outfit, looked in that mirror, and something just felt off? The blouse was giving. The trousers were giving. The accessories were right. But something was quietly pulling the whole look down. And you could not figure out what it was. I am going to tell you exactly what it was. And most women over 50 never figure this out. It was your shoes. Here is the truth that nobody on these fashion channels is saying out loud. After 50, the wrong shoes do not just look bad. They silently add years to your appearance. They shorten your legs. They make even the most expensive outfit look like it came off the back of a sale rack. But the right shoes? The right shoes can make a simple outfit look like it cost a fortune. And here is the controversial part that I know is going to start a conversation in the comments. I genuinely believe that shoes are where most black women over 50 are losing the style game without even knowing it. Not because of budget. Not because of taste. But simply because nobody told them the truth. Well, that stops today. Today on The Great Melanin, we are covering 10 shoe mistakes that are quietly aging your look and exactly what to wear instead. Stay with me all the way to the end because mistake number 10 is the one I promised to save for last, and it is the one that almost every woman over 50 is making right now. You are not going to want to miss it. Mistake number 1. Cheap, floppy, faux leather ballet flats. Now before you come for me in these comments, hear me out. I am not saying flats are the enemy. Flats can be absolutely beautiful and elegant. But those thin faux leather ones with the floppy shape, the tiny plastic bow, and the paper-thin sole? Those are not flats. Those are foot coffins dressed up in a bow. After just a few wears, they crease, they scuff, they lose every bit of shape they had. And the moment those flats start looking sad and tired, they drag your entire outfit down with them. It does not matter how beautifully that coat drapes. It does not matter how flawless your melanin is glowing that day. If your shoes look exhausted, you look exhausted. Period. Queen, you have spent 50+ years showing up for everyone else. You have earned the right to dress with intention. We do not do thrown together here on The Great Melanin. We do refined. What you wear instead is a structured leather flat with a pointed or almond toe. The pointed toe alone elongates the leg instantly and gives a clean, finished look. Real leather or high-quality suede says this woman pays attention to detail. And if you want a personal favorite that works for almost every occasion, it is the classic loafer. Timeless. Comfortable. And they add exactly the right amount of quiet, confident elegance to any outfit. One beautifully made pair of leather flats will serve you better than 5 cheap ones. Every single time. Drop a comment right now. Are you a flats girl or a loafers girl? I really want to know. Mistake number 2. Athletic running shoes worn outside of the gym. I knew this one was going to get me in trouble. But I said what I said, and I stand behind every word of it. Those thick-soled, neon-accented running shoes with the mesh panels and the chunky everything? They belong at the gym. They belong on the track. They belong in your spin class. They do not belong at brunch. They do not belong at church. And they absolutely do not belong at the grocery store paired with your beautiful coat and your good handbag. Here's what happens when you do that. Your top half says elegant, intentional woman with incredible taste. And your bottom half says I am about to run a 5-kilometer race through the parking lot. That jarring contrast destroys the entire look. And here is the question I want you to answer honestly in the comments. Do you think athletic sneakers can ever be styled elegantly in an everyday outfit, or are they always going to read as gym wear? Tell me what you think. What you wear instead are sleek, minimalist sneakers. Clean. Low profile. Leather or suede in soft beige, warm white, or dove gray. No oversized soles. No loud logos. No neon accents screaming from your feet. The more minimal the sneaker, the more elevated it reads. A clean white leather sneaker can take you from running errands to a casual lunch to an afternoon at an art gallery, and every step of the way you will look like a woman who put genuine thought into her look. Mistake number 3. Razor-thin strappy sandals with zero arch support. Those sandals with the thread-thin straps and nothing underneath them are not doing you any favors. Not for your feet and not for your outfit. Those tiny straps dig into your skin by midday. They leave marks. They cut into your ankles. And visually, they often make your feet look wider and more strained than they actually are. We have come entirely too far and worked entirely too hard to still be suffering for a shoe. What you wear instead is a structured sandal that actually respects your feet and celebrates your style at the same time. A leather sandal with a low block heel. A minimalist wide strap slide. A cushioned footbed in a beautiful silhouette that still feels good after 2 hours on your feet. Go for earthy, rich tones that honor your melanin. Tan, camel, ivory, warm gold, and soft metallics. A wedge or espadrille with real support will completely transform your summer wardrobe and your comfort. You can be stylish and feel good. You are allowed to have both. Mistake number 4. Bulky boots that swallow your legs whole. I need to say this clearly. Not all boots are created equal. Say it with me. Not all boots are created equal. Those oversized, heavy-soled boots with the slouchy shaft and the exaggerated hardware all over them may keep you warm. But they are also shortening your legs visually, weighing down your silhouette, and making your whole look feel like it is fighting against itself. Elegance is about flow, proportion, and balance. Even in the middle of a cold season, your footwear should be working with your body, not against it. What you wear instead is a boot with shape and structure. A sleek ankle boot with a modest block heel. A knee-high leather boot that follows the natural line of your calf. Clean lines. Minimal hardware. A classic almond or pointed toe. Aim for a heel height of around 1 to 2 inches for the perfect balance between style and real-world comfort. These styles elongate your legs instead of visually cutting them off. And that one change alone can transform how an entire outfit reads. Real quick. If this video is giving you the honest conversation you needed today, hit that like button right now. It helps the great melanin reach more Black women who deserve to hear this. And if you have not yet joined our community, subscribe and tap the bell. Because we drop real content for real women every single week, and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Mistake number 5. Sky-high stilettos that you honestly cannot walk in comfortably. Now listen. I love a good heel. There is something about a beautiful pair of heels that elevates your energy and makes you feel like you are absolutely that woman. And I am never going to tell you to stop wearing heels. But sky-high stilettos, anything over 4 inches that genuinely has you gripping handrails and negotiating with your own ankles just to make it across a parking lot, that is not elegance. That is pain dressed up in a heel. We have all done it. That stiff, slow, cautious walk. The silent prayer that you do not roll an ankle in front of a crowd. And here is the thing. When a shoe makes you feel unstable, it shows. It shows in your posture. It shows in your stride. It shows on your face. And it is very difficult to look like a graceful, confident, radiant woman when you are quietly clenching your jaw just to make it to the table. What you wear instead are walkable heels that still make you feel completely elevated. A low block heel. A kitten heel. A mid-heel pump around 2 to 2.5 inches. A block heel with a pointed toe is one of the most elegant, stable, and flattering options available to us. Classic. Comfortable. Completely chic. We do not suffer for style anymore. That season of life is over. We have graduated. Mistake number 6. Clear plastic heels. They had their moment. Every influencer on every platform was wearing them. And on a screen, in a perfectly lit photo, they can look sleek and editorial. But in real life, up close, on a real woman living a full and active life, plastic shoes are almost never as elegant as they appear online. Clear plastic fogs up. It scuffs easily. It does not breathe. After an hour of wear, those fashionable clear heels are showing every pressure point, every line, and every detail you did not intend to put on display. And the material deteriorates quickly. A few wears in and it is already cloudy and scratched. What you wear instead for dressier and evening occasions is a pointed toe pump or a slingback heel in leather, suede, velvet, or satin. Muted metallics like champagne, pewter, or brushed gold add all the glamour and occasion you want without any of the cheap visual side effects. A beautiful velvet heel is luxurious in a way that plastic simply cannot compete with. And it photographs just as beautifully as it looks in person. Mistake number 7. Worn out shoes that you have been holding on to for far too long. I am saying this with genuine love because I have been here myself, and I know most of you have too. We all have that one pair. The sandals that have seen better days but still feel so familiar that letting them go feels like saying goodbye to an old friend. But queen, if the leather is cracking, if the soles are worn completely flat, if the shape has fully given way, it is time. It is time to let them go with gratitude and grace. Worn out shoes send a message you are not intending to send. No matter how carefully you put the rest of your outfit together, tired shoes make your entire appearance look neglected. It is like doing a full and flawless face of makeup, styling your hair beautifully, and then walking out with chipped and peeling nails. People notice. And more importantly, you notice. So invest in quality pieces, and then take care of what you have. Polish your shoes regularly. Store them properly. Use shoe trees to hold their shape. Have them resoled when the time comes. Treat your shoes like the signature they are, because that is exactly what they are. Mistake number 8. Flip-flops worn as your everyday shoe. Do not come for me. I mean it. Do not do it. Flip-flops are footwear for the beach, the pool deck, the spa, and walking from your car to your hotel room. That is the full and complete extent of their appropriate use. That is the whole list. When you pair flip-flops with your everyday outfits, they flatten the look of your feet, they compromise your posture, and they make even a beautiful summer outfit look unfinished and careless. And that slap, slap, slap sound echoing down the grocery store aisle? That is not exactly the entrance music of an intentional, elegant woman. Here is the truth. Elegance, even in its most relaxed and casual form, is about intention. Flip-flops communicate afterthought. And you, queen, are not an afterthought. You are the whole thought. You are the entire vision. What you wear instead is a structured sandal that still gives you that open, easy, summer feeling but with shape and polish. A leather slide. A cushioned sandal with wider straps and real support. A small wedge that gives you lift without effort. Something that says I planned this look. Because you did. Mistake number 9. Overly embellished shoes that are simply trying too hard. There is a clear line between chic and chaotic. Rhinestones wall to wall. Glitter from the toe to the heel. Oversized bows. Shiny hardware covering every surface. When every element is shouting for attention at once, nothing lands as elegant. It all just becomes noise. Too much embellishment pulls all of the visual focus down to your feet, and not in a flattering, intentional way. It throws off the proportion of your whole outfit. And here is the irony that surprises most people. The more heavily decorated a shoe is, the less luxurious it tends to look. Because true luxury is quiet. What you wear instead is a shoe with one refined, intentional detail. A small metallic buckle on a clean leather flat. A single delicate bow on matching suede. A hint of embossed texture on a structured heel. A beautifully sculpted block heel that is the detail in itself. These subtle touches add interest and personality without screaming for the room's attention. They are the difference between trying hard and looking completely effortless. And effortless is always the goal. We are right at the final mistake. The one I told you at the very beginning to stay for. And I promise you it was worth the wait. But before we get there, I want to ask you something. Which of these first 9 mistakes surprised you the most? Drop the number in the comments right now. Because I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know where this conversation is going. Mistake number 10. And here it is. The one I saved for last. UGG boots worn as your primary winter shoe. Now before the UGG lovers fill this comment section, let me be clear. I understand the appeal completely. They are warm. They are cozy. They feel like wearing a cloud on your feet. I understand all of that. But here is the truth. UGG boots are indoor shoes. They are loungewear that somehow convinced the world they belong outside. They are essentially slippers that got a little too confident one morning and walked out the front door. When you pair them with your tailored winter coat, your beautiful scarf, your elegant bag, they undo everything. All of it. Gone. Because UGG boots are shapeless. They have no structure. They have no line. And they clash with anything that is refined or intentional in your outfit. And now here is the question I really want you to answer. This is the one I want you to fight me on in the comments if you disagree. Do you believe that UGG boots can ever be styled elegantly on a black woman over 50? Or are they always going to be a house shoe that wandered outside and lost its way? Drop your answer right now. Because I have a feeling this is about to be the most talked about comment section we have ever had on this channel. What you wear instead is a structured winter boot in leather or suede. A slim ankle boot with a modest block heel. A knee-high style with clean lines and a slight wedge. Lined for real warmth on the inside, sleek and shaped and intentional on the outside. Pair it with wool trousers, a midi skirt and tights, or slim jeans under a long coat, and you will look exactly like the sophisticated, purposeful woman you absolutely are. Ladies, your shoes are not just an accessory. They are the foundation of your entire look. And after 50 years of building, growing, surviving, and thriving, we are done building our elegance on a shaky foundation. The right shoes change the way you walk. They change the way you carry yourself through a room. They change the way people see you before you even open your mouth. And most importantly, they change the way you feel when you look in that mirror before you walk out the door. And you have absolutely earned that feeling. Here on The Great Melanin, we do not shrink. We do not settle. And we do not wear sad shoes. If this video poured something into you today, give it a like right now. It helps this channel reach more black women who deserve to be in this conversation. And if you are not yet part of the Great Melanin family, what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now and ring that bell so you never miss a single video. And drop a comment before you go. Tell me which of these 10 mistakes surprised you the most. And tell me which shoes you are saying a firm and final goodbye to after watching this today. I want to celebrate every single one of you who chooses yourself. Until next time, remember this. Elegance is never an accident. It is always a choice. And you, queen, are always, always worth choosing. I will see you in the next one.